Scoundrels, what is going on? Patch check, coin check, ring check, shirt check, hat check. We got that done in 5 seconds. Oh, 5 seconds, sweet mother of Mary. And of course, my neighbor started mowing as soon as I turned on this video. And I've done about 15 introductions and have deleted them so far because I keep stumbling over my words. So we're just going to roll with the mower, okay? Hopefully you can't hear it, but I can see her. Hi. Today we're going to be reviewing a blended whiskey that, after doing research on it, I'm pretty sure that this is real special. Second of all, I'm positive that this is the most expensive whiskey to ever touch my tongue, or will touch my tongue, because I haven't tried it yet. So today we will be reviewing Little Book Bourbon Chapter Deux or 2. I'm fancy like that. I know different languages. You know what I mean? This is 118.8 proof. It is made by the Beam Suntory Company. It is about $100 MSRP, but secondary market, I've seen it for a lot more. Now, what makes this whiskey special, and hopefully I don't call it a bourbon in this video, but I've been stumbling over my words, and we're just going to roll with it. I know it's not a bourbon, so if you're going to comment and be like, oh, you called it a bourbon. Yeah, no, it's a blended whiskey. It's a blended whiskey, but I might call it a bourbon because Little Book Bourbon just rolls off the tongue really nice. I know it's not a bourbon, though, okay? It is a blended whiskey. It is blended with 8-year-old Kentucky rye, 40-year-old 100% Canadian corn whiskey, and a 13-year-old Canadian rye. So there's 3 different types of deliciousness in this little bottle right here. This was given to me by a gentleman named Zach Klein. He's a Scoundrel member. He's also a Chug Life member. If you haven't tried to join Chug Life on Facebook, they are a great group of people. And if you like chugging beers, it's a hell of a fun group. So go check them out. Request to join. They're good people. Right? So let's give her a pour. I can't believe I got all that out. That was like literally like 15 outtakes. So let's crack her open. Give her a pour. I want to thank Zach Klein for such a generous offering for the YouTube channel and for scoundrels that are interested in bourbon reviews. Good to the last drop. Ooh, that sounds good. Wouldn't that suck if that glass broke and it just dumped everywhere? God, that would be terrible. All right. So, the look is a nice medium whiskey color. I mean, that is pretty standard as far as, it's a little lighter, and I'm going to go on the lighter side as far as normally Canadian whiskeys are a little lighter. But it's a nice medium copper color. As I like to call it, a fresh shiny penny. But, yeah, the legs on it, I don't really see much. It's not a whole lot going there. There's a little bit. There we are. There they are. I couldn't see it in the sunlight. It's nice. It's nice. Right there. You probably can't see it. But let's give her a smell. I'm really excited about this one. So it's very unique. It does not smell 118 proof at all. You do get a little bit of the rye, but I'm getting more of a fresh apple, like fresh green apple. There's a buttery quality smell to this, like melted butter over apples, which is nice. But it's light. It smells very light. I'm not getting much. There's a little toffee in there. There's not there is a fruity note to it other than apples, and I just can't put my finger on it. Breathe it in, out through your mouth. You get a little more of those toffee nuts the more you smell it, which is nice. It's very, very pleasant. It's very pleasant. Hopefully the flavor complements the nose. Let's give her a try. Tink. Boop. Holy mackerel. You can definitely get the 118.8 proof on the palate. It is dry. Just sucks all the moisture right out of your mouth. But then it dissipates very quick. Very fast. It kind of warms you up a little bit right here, I'll tell you that much. It's nice. Ooh, that's different. I'm going in for another one because I don't want to. You definitely get the Canadian whiskey in there. I get it a lot. It's almost a lot of Canadian whiskey. Very, very honey forward. Just overwhelmingly honey right through the middle of your tongue. You can really, really, I mean, you're just eating a teaspoon of honey. There's no other way to put it. There's that fruity apple quality to it. That fresh green apple crispness and the fruitiness to it. There is there's a buttery quality to this for sure. It coats your mouth as far as mouthfeel, and I can't help to think of like a melted butter over fresh fruit, and it does have a little bit of rye. If I were to take some rye toast, put apples on it, and then melted some butter on it, and then ate it, and then maybe lit a toffee scented candle, that's what I'm getting. Especially through the middle of the tongue is just insane. You could almost cut it in half as far as honey goes. Once that spice dies down, you get that tiny bit of rye spice, which is quite nice because it cuts through all that fruitiness and that sweetness. Boy, those legs are really showing up now. Put a little heat from your mouth on it. Really get the oiliness to it. The finish is nice. The finish is very quick. It's long on the palate. I don't want to say the spice is quick. When you swallow it, you get this hit of spice, but then it dissipates, and then it goes back to this buttery sweetness, this fruit. This bourbon is very complex, and I don't know if I'm doing it a justifiable review. As far as, I've never had 100-year-old Canadian whiskey. Or 40-year-old Canadian whiskey. I'm sorry, 40-year-old Canadian whiskey. I might have said 100, and it's 40-year-old 100% whiskey. Sorry. As I said, I'm stumbling over my words today. 40-year-old Canadian whiskey. I still have never had 40-year-old 100% corn Canadian whiskey. Boy, is that sweetness comes up. And you get that buttery sweetness and that spice. This bourbon's phenomenal. Not bourbon, whiskey. God. I can't review today, folks. Hopefully you got some sort of information from this. It is absolutely incredible. The complexity of this is almost out of my league as far as whiskeys go. I'm a bourbon guy. Would I pay $100 for it? You bet your sweet ass I would. You want to give somebody an amazing gift that's a whiskey snob, you get them some of that. That is crazy. Boy, I don't know if I did it justice, but Zach Klein, thank you so much as far as donating such an expensive version of a display of blended artwork here. It's quite good. I suggest you try it. At least get a sample of it from somewhere. A 2-finger pour would probably cost you $25, but my goodness. Well, there it is. It wasn't it wasn't refined. It wasn't clean, but we got through it. That is just the most complex thing I've ever had. To be honest, the last Irish I reviewed an Irish whiskey, the Sexton single malt Irish whiskey, is on the same plane as complexity as this. Not downgrading this at all, but there's so much going on in my mouth right now that it's hard to decipher everything. This probably wasn't the best to do a first impression with, but I only had this much to do it with, and that's what I'm sticking to. So that's my opinion on this whiskey. That it's phenomenal. So thank you very much. And I suggest everybody try it. You know, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to drink it and go, wasn't for me. But it's an experience. My goodness. I'm trying to pinpoint that one other thing in there that I know if I would say it, I would nail it. And as soon as I shut this off, it would show up. And I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. There's like this floral note to it, but I can't pinpoint it to save my life. This has stumped me. I usually I can come up with something, and yeah, it's complex. It's delicious. It's unique. I would assume the more you drink it, different experience with it. Maybe a drop of water to open it up, but I wouldn't disgrace a whiskey of this this magnitude with a drop of water to save my life. Other than that, you guys have a fantastic day. Hopefully this helps. It was kind of a rocky review, but we got through it. All right, take care. Later.